Ladies and gentlemen, you are back and watching another interview live on WTUR, The Source, live from Upland, Indiana. I'm our music director, Caleb Joshua Heffron, and today we have another very, very talented and special musical guest with us today. I would like to present singer and songwriter Ian MacGinnis. Ian, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course, glad to have you.
I don't know where to look.
Yeah, you can look right there.
Wave everywhere.
There you go.
My mic dropped as soon as it started.
It happens.
So
there we go. Set up well. Well, we're happy to have you here. Happy to have you in the station. Welcome to Taylor. It's your first time, as I understand.
First timer. A lot of cornfields on the way here.
That's very true. Cornfields and snow. It's a pretty wintry day out there today.
Yeah, it is. It's cold. It's definitely cold.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're happy to have you in the station. Happy to have you here.
Sweet.
Now, honestly, I've looked up some stuff about you, but I want to hear your own story from your own mouth, right? Singer-songwriter, guitar, I know is your specialty. I've seen that you've got kind of like a mix of like blues and folk kind of with the music and everything.
Yeah, definitely.
Tell us a little bit just about your music to start. What do you bring to the musical space?
I mean, kind of nailed it. I'm definitely a guitar guy. I love the blues. I love rock. I love soul, funk, folk. So I kind of just try and do my best to put them all in one. But yeah, I got a lot of inspiration from, of course, like John Mayer's a huge influence. My favorite bands, I love the Beatles. I love Radiohead. I'm trying to think. There's a guy named Raylan Baxter. He's a folk artist. Super big influence. So kind of just like the main goal is to write a good song in whatever genre that takes, whether that's rocky or folky or bluesy or whatever. It's usually one of those. That's cool with me, you know?
Yeah. So you don't like narrow yourself into one category at all?
Definitely not. No.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Does that bring any challenges kind of to the creation of you could go anywhere with it? Or is that kind of nice to have a free flowing kind of musical writing style?
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think. It's more of like all the, these are what my strengths are. These are the genres I love. So like, if I write a song that's any of those genres, I'm happy because it's like, that's what I love. But like, I just wrote a song not too long ago and it was like kind of a jazzy thing. And I'm not a jazz guy, but I was like, oh, this is cool because this is a good song.
Yeah.
Because like, it's about the song, number one, for sure. Yeah. So whatever genre that takes, it's cool with me.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, every great artist has to have their origin, right? The origin story that every biopic is then going to spend 5 minutes before going back to the present day. Where did you get your love of music from, even before you started posting stuff?
Yeah. Well, interesting story. From ages... I don't know when I started, 7 to 16.
Sure.
I only listened to rap and hip hop.
Really?
Strictly, I mean, like Drake, like Travis Scott, like just really mainstream rap.
Interesting.
And my older brother, his name's Connor, he always loved like emo rock, punk, very just like hardcore, anything like that. So that was always playing. And that's kind of all I thought there was other than rap.
Interesting.
So it kind of eventually seeped in and I started to kind of a little bit turn from the rap game and COVID happened.
Okay.
And I was at this summer camp. Some guy was playing a guitar. He's playing Stairway to Heaven, I think. I don't know for sure. And he's playing the riff. And I'm like, man, that looks so cool. And so I like grab it and like, I don't know what it was, but I just played it pretty easily.
Interesting.
And he was like, dude, have you ever played? And I was like, no. Then I kind of just shook it off. I didn't have a guitar at home, so I went home. And then my older brother had an extra guitar, and so I started playing and just fell in love with it. And then COVID hit, so I had like 8 hours a day to do nothing.
Wow.
So like literally, I should maybe say this at a school, online school, turn off the camera, I'm playing guitar.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of that. And so that was like 16, 17, 18. 18, I started writing songs. And that's when I moved to Nashville. Like I was saying to you guys, I went to Lipscomb University for a couple of years.
Right.
And then dropped out. But I was a songwriting major for no reason at all. I just was like, did my music courses and felt like you know what I mean, should just go for it.
Yeah, so, that makes sense.
Long-winded, but that's the origin.
No, we love long-winded stories here. That's perfect. Now, you're a Massachusetts native, if I remember correctly.
Guy.
Okay, gotcha. So
Celtics and Pats and Bruins.
Hey, all right, fair enough. I respect it. Now, I am really curious. You mentioned that you got the guitar from your brother who had an extra guitar. So he played first, I assume?
Yeah, he played like I was saying, kind of those genres, like very emo. And he was always he was making beats on his computer. He's just like a creative writing degree, just loves comedy, loves art. Just that was his thing. And so I was like, I just like music. I just like guitar because of the way it felt. I wasn't
interesting.
When I started, I was not like, I'm going to be an artist.
Yeah.
I was like, I physically like the feeling in my hand to play guitar. Just like, I don't know, playing catch with a baseball is. You know what I mean? Just like it feels good.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to do this. And then it just kind of snowballed. And I was like, man, this is all I want to do. And I can't see myself doing anything else.
Man, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
How did that kind of just general interest then translate to a passion for music? There's a big gap between I picked up my brother's guitar to I'm dropping out to pursue singing. How did that happen?
Man, I don't know. I just got lost in the music. I love it. And I was just playing all the time. When I first got to Lipscomb, I was in a couple bands. I was writing songs here and there, but very much just the guitar guy. Mm-hmm. And sophomore year, I kind of made the distinction that I was like, I want to be an artist.
Yeah.
And just started writing songs and telling people no to guitar and being like, no, I'm going to do my own thing. And I just fell in love with writing songs. I had a stint of 8 months where I wrote a song every day.
Wow. Every day for 8 months?
Every single day.
What is that? That's 240 plus songs?
Yeah. I mean, I would argue as 180 of them suck. So
yeah.
I can't say they were all great songs, but they were songs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, that takes so much dedication to stick with that. That is so impressive.
I'm pretty lazy in every other place in my life, so I'm thankful that I got one thing.
I was about to say, after that story, I wouldn't believe you. Well, I couldn't write 240 days worth of songs. That's crazy.
Yeah. What
did that really teach you about songwriting? Because that is such a different beast than the instrumental part.
Sure.
There's so much that goes into that.
It definitely just taught me it's okay to write a bad song. And I don't think I knew that starting out. Of course, anybody who's doing music is listening to the best or what they deem the best. Mm-hmm. And my relationship with that is I enjoy that. But when I start to compare myself to that, it's man, the songs I'm writing are horrible, but I haven't heard that artist on their fourth or fifth song ever. You know what I mean? Because some people write a song and they're like, I can't do this. Mm-hmm. But it's, for me, everybody's got their own ways. But for me, it's it took a lot of getting the gunk out, the bad songs, the bad, these don't make sense. This is kind of the same thing. A lot of artists I know will relate to writing just far too many love songs. It's just everybody writes that. That's all they write.
Right.
And it took me 75 songs to not write one. You know what I mean? And so that's just for me, and everybody's got their own method, like I said, but I just needed to just do as many as I can. And because I didn't do music, I felt this is another, I think, to answer your question before, where that passion come.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up playing sports and stuff.
There we go.
And so I felt so behind because I was just starting on guitar, just starting on, I hadn't sang at all. The first show I played was at 18 before coming to college.
Wow.
And so I was man, I have to go because I was moved to Nashville. And then I got there and I was dude, these people are insane. People in Nashville are next level. So I was I just need to work on my craft. I just need to write as many songs, play as many shows as I can, and just get better. Just not to prove something, but just to be in the same, you know what I mean? So it was a lot of that.
Sphere kind of. Yeah.
So it was there's a negative and a positive to comparison. I'm not saying compare your art, but the quality of who you can be as a musician is something that is good to have a little competitive. that person's great at what they do.
Right.
I want to be great at what I do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's a natural flow you eventually get to, but it takes practice to get there.
Oh yeah.
Man, so tell me about that first show that you played, which at 18, I'm assuming this is in your hometown, is somewhere in Massachusetts. Mm-hmm. How did you get hooked up? How'd you get your first gig? And then what happened? I got to hear the story.
So I worked at this place, shout out to the Ux Locale. I don't think they're listening.
Fancy. Okay.
But I was a dishwasher for about a year there. Really got close with the boss. Mm-hmm. And I always told her I played guitar, and she was like, oh, cool, you got to play a show here. And I was always like, yeah, I'm not going to play a show. And so the summer before we go, oh, this is crazy. I'm about to drop this.
Yeah.
So I had a band. We had like a band between a couple buddies of mine.
Okay.
And it was called K as in Cup.
Like that's the full name of it.
The band was K as in Cup.
Okay, I rock with it.
And to get the band name, it's because we were making a demo and somebody grabbed a K cup for a shaker.
So that works.
K as in Cup.
I believe it. I'm like, you said that and my head is like, that doesn't work. Wait a second. That actually would work, wouldn't it? Okay, sorry. Keep going.
So we're the band. And like I said, I'm leaving in September, or not even August, for Nashville. Mm-hmm. So we're trying to book at least like 3 shows, whatever. Yeah. And again, I have no idea what I'm doing. We had like a barn and had his house that we used to rehearse at. Yeah. And so I finally like get the courage to ask about the show. And she's like, yeah, let's go. Wow. You're in 2 weeks. And I was like, oh my gosh.
No time.
So we have to like lock in an entire set list.
Man.
I've never sang live. Like this is the first time. So I'm like super scared about like, I mean, I had been singing probably for like 4 months before then. Yeah. So I was like comfortable with it at that point, but not to the point where I was like, I can hold the attention of a room. So we get there and it's like full band. We got 2 guitars and a drums, bass. Yeah. And it wasn't the best one, but we got through.
Yeah, you made it through.
And I think what was really affirming is like, I had people who I really loved come to the show and they were just like, hey, that was awesome. Yeah. And I was like, man, this is awesome. Like, just like this general, like positive atmosphere. It was awesome. So, yeah, the Ux Locale.
That takes guts. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And you've only said you were singing for just a couple of months. Yeah. How did you get past or get over the nerves, I'm sure, that came with that?
I mean, I used to get, a lot of people know this too, musicians particularly, I bet people just kind of in all arts, like I'm sure people in theater get this too, but like the first song, heart's pounding, not as much anymore. But still depends on the show, whatever vibe. And then after kind of you get to the first chorus, you're like, okay, things are okay. This is what we do. Like, this is what we're going to do. But I mean, I was sweating buckets, man. I was like, and like, it was in the middle of the summer. I was like, I couldn't even fret.
His palms are sweating.
Yeah. So it was definitely, it was a lot. And like, I remember like downbeat, like, all eyes, quiet, everybody. And I was like, oh my gosh, what did I get myself into? Yeah. But it worked out.
There we go. I'm sure that felt so fulfilling once it was done.
It was awesome. It was so fun.
That's impressive. Were you playing covers of songs or your own stuff at that point?
A little bit of, mostly covers. Okay. We had like a couple of my originals we would play, which those songs are long gone, but I think there's some videos out there of my family members that have them. So I don't know. Maybe we
could dig them up somewhere.
So we were doing that, but a lot of covers. I mean, like, I'm trying to think of what we played. We had a female vocalist, so there was like some Carrie Underwood.
Oh, okay.
There was some John Mayer. There was some, I'm pretty sure we did Life is a Highway.
Nice.
So it was a very eclectic group of songs. And then there was like my originals thrown in the mix, which like didn't fit the vibe at all. But it was it was great.
Yeah. Now, I think the thing I'm still missing is how we got from Travis Scott to John Mayer, because they're like opposite ends of the spectrum. How did we get there? Like where did the switch come from?
So like I said, I just started playing guitar and I'm a YouTube. Yeah. I'm just, you guys know.
Oh, I hope. Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm on YouTube all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm just playing guitar, whatever. And I started on a nylon string, like a classical guitar. Yeah. and I used to have the footstool and everything. But I saw some Mayer video. It was like, can't even remember. I think it was Why Georgia, his song Why Georgia. And I just watched it and I was like, what is this? Like, I didn't know that could happen. You know what I mean? Like, he was writing cool songs and playing great guitar. And I was like, I didn't know that existed. Yeah. Truly. So I was just like, man, this is so cool. And I just like went in the deep end of Mayer and learned so many songs and like, bless my brother, because I used to blast it on the speaker and just play along to it every day. Like, over COVID, like hours. So yeah, I think it was just YouTube, and I just saw him, and then like, I don't know, man.
Interesting. Yeah. So did the blues and the folk and the rock kind of come with just the necessity of the instrument you played? Is that kind of what happened?
Definitely. I mean, of course, Mayer's a big bluesy guy, so I got that from him. The folk thing kind of came a little later.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then the rock thing, I mean, I've loved rock just because that's all I heard growing up.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like just go through, I'm like a hyper fixated guy. So like I'll find a record or an album or some artist, and I'll just kind of really dive in.
Yeah.
And so that would at different times take, like, Raylan Baxter was one, and then there was a time where it was like all Radiohead, and there's a time where it was like, of course, all Mayer, and there's another guy named Ariel Posen that I really love.
Yeah.
And so just like, I don't know, like, just I love a lot of types of music, even if I don't necessarily make it. And I think like all those instruments come so easily to the guitar. And I was just like, I want to play as much guitar as possible.
Yeah.
And I was like, whenever I would get sick of a genre, I'd just switch to the other one.
Interesting. Yeah. And I feel like you've kind of had this natural affinity, it seems like, for the guitar, like almost playing it. Is there any explanation for that? I mean,
don't.
You literally just picked up and played.
Well, I don't know, man. If I'm being honest, the only superstitious thing I can think of literally is I am left-handed.
Yeah.
But I do everything with my right hand. So I think like the hand dexterity from writing was there when I started fretting. And there was like already a strength and like a coordination because a lot of people, when they don't use their left hand at all.
Right. Oh yeah.
That's probably ridiculous, but that's the only thing I can think of.
So you have this like almost natural ambidextrosity. I don't even know how to say that. Yeah. But that's fascinating.
But that could be such a
right.
That could be just.
It's a good story though. It's a good theory.
Good story,
yeah. So we've gone from Massachusetts at the Aux Locale.
The Aux
Locale. We've gone from there to Lipscomb. And then what was the decision to drop out of Lipscomb and pursue music? Because again, that takes guts to even go for that.
I was just, when I first got to Lipscomb, it was just like kind of a little bit of imposter syndrome. There's so much talent there. And I just I was like, where is my place? And so I was like, I'd rather play guitar for these people because that's what I'm better at. Because I hadn't really worked out the artist muscle, so to speak.
Got it. Yeah.
So I just kind of went through that, and I really started to love it. And like I said about the whole lazy thing, I kept missing classes and missing homework and things because I was writing as many songs as I could and trying to get better and whatever and whatnot. And not all of that justified, let's be honest.
Sure. Yeah. But it's a challenge to balance like passion and necessity.
Definitely. And at that point, I kind of started thinking about it the middle of sophomore year. Like semester, I went home for Christmas and I was like, I'm seriously considering this. And went back and I had talked with some professors and some things. And I was like, let's call it a gap year. So to ease me and my mother, I said it was a gap year.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, cool. We'll hold your scholarship for a year. So they did me a huge solid.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, all right, this is what I need. And so I'm like, what I was thinking about before is like, I just put out an EP, my first one.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I played a great show. I feel great. I just want to go for it. Like, I just want to go because a lot of people in school, I would encourage them, if they're studying music and in college, really go for it while you're in college. Use the resources here because I have so many friends who are at Lipscomb who are about to graduate and have played one show and written a couple songs. And not that that's a bad thing, but it is a bad thing if you're pursuing that. Like, that's what you want to do. It's like, you need to work at it.
You need to take advantage while you have
totally.
it. Yeah.
And I've always like argued that creativity is not kind of this lightning bolt, like, oh, here I am, it's just going to flow through me. Sometimes it is, and those times are incredible. But like how I write a bunch of songs, it's like a muscle. And if you don't work it out regularly, like you're not just going to sit there. I mean, sometimes you do, which is incredible about music. But most of the time, you're not just going to sit there and then you're going to be like, boom, here's an entire song. It's like muscle memory. You're just working through it. So yeah, and backtrack to sophomore year, had all those talks, and I was just like, I'm going to do it. And I was like, first month of the gap year, air quotes, I decided, I was like, there's no way I'm going back. Like I made a ton of progress. Just the ability to put hours and hours into what I do is just like, I just fell in love with it even more.
Yeah. And you were in Nashville during that gap year, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like still live there. So like I was telling you guys, I would have been a senior this year.
Yeah.
And it kind of reaffirms the decision I made because I'm seeing all my peers graduate. And like, I feel like I've made so much progress since I dropped out, and I'm like, this is the right call for me. Like I've met so many people. I've played at a bunch of schools. Last year I played 50 shows.
Wow.
This year I'm trying to shoot for 100.
Yeah.
Just like, it was the right call for me.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. So before I even get to the shows part, I know you mentioned this is around the time you dropped your first EP. Yeah. Before that, the first song you released, or at least have on Spotify, is Can You Tell Me? Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
What made you decide, all right, now's the time to post something?
So that was after freshman year. I was in an ensemble, which is like, I mean, I'm sure you guys know, it's kind of just like a class band.
Right.
And I was in a senior ensemble as a freshman, just because they needed an extra guitar player and whatever. I got in there. But we went to a studio and everybody got to record an original in this like pretty fancy studio. So I was like, kind of like got the stems, which are just like the individual recordings, got them sent to me, and I produced that. I'm not a producer. Don't claim to be. None of my other music is produced by me. Got it. But this one, I was just like, I didn't know what I was doing, but I was like, I like this song. And I'm just going to release it. So I just did. I just went for it. I like brought it home, and I remember specifically, it was July, and I was recording a guitar solo for the outro because you can never have too many solos. True. And this is how much I was prepared. I had a shoe and some socks, and I put a mic in there to prop up against the amp. Yeah. Just straight up. I don't even know if the mic was facing the right way. I mean, it was ridiculous, but it sounded cool. So I was like, cool. And I just posted it, and it's still up there. And now I'm keeping it up there kind of just like as a reminder of like, you know, not that I'm like, this song is going to change the world. I mean, who's to say it won't? I'm not, but it's just more of like, this is a part of my life, and I'm going to keep it up there just as all the other EPs are. And just music in general. It's just such a great way to like recollect all your memories and thoughts of that time. Yeah.
Man, that is impressive. So I am curious then, you're in Nashville. It's post Lipscomb, or during the gap year.
Gap year.
Quote unquote. What are some of the challenges of trying to make it as a solo musician in Nashville? Like that cannot be easy.
Sure. Well, it's easy to get drowned in the noise. Yeah. There's so many people doing it. So in Nashville, there's these things called writers' rounds. Okay. And essentially it's like 3 stools, 3 artists. You kind of trade songs. You just go 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. You usually get 3 or 4 songs. So I played a bunch of those. Wow. Just like trying to get more comfortable on stage, get more comfortable in performing, and really got burnt out, honestly. And I was like, I don't know what, like, you get that imposter syndrome because first everybody is so good, and like, you feel like they're already doing what you're doing better. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I was just like, kind of went into hibernation mode and really just like took time to write songs that were meaningful to me. Yeah. And to really try and hone the guitar and everything. And then just came back out with just this really like this fire and this passion. And I was just like, here's a project like I did the time of our lives. Yeah. And just like, I don't know, there's it's really tough in Nashville, but there's a great sense of community there. I will say, there's a lot of like not awesome community. Like there's some people that are pretty cutthroat, but if you can find your people there, it's really important because it's just everybody encourages each other. They come to your shows. Everybody's getting better together, which is, you know, how it's supposed to be.
Right. And I assume there's a decent amount of opportunity there too, especially.
I mean, that's why I'm there.
Yeah.
Because at any night in the week, there's 100 shows going on.
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous. So like if I want to play, like literally, like we played a show last night.
There you go.
We played a show at the East Room in Nashville. And like this guy just reached out to me. He was like, I love your sound.
Wow.
Come open a show for me. Like that doesn't happen where I'm from.
There you
know
go.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, that's a beautiful thing. And so like making it as a solo artist, whatever making it is, air quotes.
Yeah.
Is just about like working hard, finding a community that is uplifting and trying to make good art.
Yeah.
And just being honest with yourself about the art you're creating.
Yeah.
Like if you make beautiful art, it'll catch the attention of the right people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if it's 1,000 people, for some it's 100,000 or 1,000,000, but for some it might be 1,000, and that's great because those people value and love that art. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm sure there's a lot of legwork that you even had to put into that because you know people aren't just going to come to your door all the time with gigs and stuff.
Totally.
Like, what was kind of work you had to put?
I mean, getting like just like to even get the show today, like I send out like hundreds and hundreds of emails.
Wow.
Like not, I mean, like per week, probably 250.
Man.
Like venues, colleges, anything, because I'm just like, I want to go meet people. I want to go share this music. I want to connect with these people.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of legwork and like, branding yourself is something that I'm just like, wasn't like great at and I'm still figuring out. But like as an artist, you're your own business, which is a weird concept. And so just like, it's a ton of information at first. But once you find your footing, it's like, okay, I need to go do this, this, and this. And like, now you kind of know the broad steps and it's going to look different for everybody. Of course, like, you know, some people are going to hit it big off of a song and hit a tour and then they're off to the races.
Yeah.
And for others, it's going to be kind of that slow climb, which feels like the way that mine's going, which is great because I love the journey. It's like I've met so many amazing people like you guys right here and just like it's been awesome. So I'm super grateful for where I'm at.
Yeah. And now at this point, you've got an Instagram, a YouTube, and a Spotify. Right, so far? Okay.
All the socials. I mean, we're on Twitter. We're not on Twitter.
Honestly, not a bad option though at this point.
It's X. I think it's called X.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're on all the platforms and all the social medias and everything. But yeah, it takes a while, and also takes a while to like make good content and to like get that out. And just, I don't know, man, to turn heads is hard. Yeah. Because, I mean, you guys know, just this age of internet, it's just like there's so much being thrown at you. Yeah. And to kind of like poke your head out, be like, oh, well, check this out. It's really tough.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah. Now, you did mention something about getting back to kind of the creative side even of putting together music and EPs. You've got all this practice of writing hundreds of songs at this point. How can you tell when you have one and you go, that's it? That's one of those songs that people need to hear.
That's a great question. Sometimes you just know, like you just know. I'm going to play a song later, and it's yet to be recorded. But when I wrote it, I was like, this is going to be recorded. Okay. Just 'cause sometimes it's just like, I don't know. You can, like, after doing it so much, I'm able to identify if it's going to be a good or bad song probably within 20 minutes. Sure. But my rule is, like, I got to write it even if it's a bad song. Right. But, man, that's such a good question. It really depends. Like, because there are sometimes songs that come alive in the studio. So it's just, like, sometimes sometimes you kind of got to rewrite and revisit. But we're working on a new EP right now that I'm actually going to record in February. And I had like 30 songs that I really loved. So I sent them out to a couple friends that I really trust their opinion and kind of like as a group, I don't know, just to see what their top, I was like, give me a top 5. Yeah. And so not as like, I'm going to record all those necessarily, but if there's a common denominator that all of them love, it's like, maybe I'll give that one a second look. Yeah. But I think also building an EP is like, it's got to be a story. Like just in terms of like controlling dynamic, like you've got your upbeat, you've got your like kind of catchy songs, but you've got your meaningful lyrics. And like, I don't know, I think of it like almost like baking a cake. It's just like, what are the ingredients that's going to make somebody feel the most they can feel out of this EP that'll get them at moments when they're low and at moments when they're high and at moments when they're, so just like finding songs. Maybe I think what would be a good idea is like finding songs that did that for you. So like if I have a song that when I play it, I'm like, oh, I'm so happy. It's like, maybe that's a good idea versus the song that I play and I'm like, So it's like, I don't know. That's a good question. And I don't know if I did a great job in answering.
No, you got it.
It's tough.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And there's 2 EPs you've come out with as of right now, if I'm correct about that. It's The Time of Our Lives with a question mark.
With a question mark.
And Find My Way.
Yeah.
Correct? Tell me a little bit about the story of those 2 EPs.
So The Time of Our Lives is kind of about, those are some of like the first good songs, quote unquote, that I've ever written.
Okay.
So that was during that period of like 200 plus songs. And those were all out of that.
Got it.
The Time of Our Lives is about growing up. It's about a late childhood / early adulthood. And I just remember growing up always hearing, man, if I could go back, like all these older folks kind of saying, if I could go back to the glory days or whatever their way of describing it is. And I was like, man, I just keep hearing this. And while these are incredible times with friends and memories that you will never forget, there's so much underlying mental health issues, different kind of demands of society, of kids at this age. Like, you've got to figure out a career, you've got to figure out this, you've got to get this. And it's like, we got it all figured out. And so I just felt that in my peers, I felt that in myself. And so a lot of that EP is about kind of your first heartbreak, your first dealing with addiction or loss or so things like that, kind of that underbelly of the time of our lives. That's why it's a question mark.
Yeah.
But the last track is like, maybe this is the time of our lives. But it's kind of this like, okay, if we all kind of come together and like step into that, like maybe it will be the time of our lives.
Right. And to make it mean something.
Absolutely.
Almost.
Yeah. Because it's a tough period, I think, for a lot of people. And like, again, it can be incredible, but there's a lot of people that go through some really tough things and for the first time.
Yeah.
When you're 35 and something happens, it's not that it's easy, but it's a little easier when you have that
life experience.
Exactly. But if you're 17 and you lose your dad, that's pretty tough.
Yeah.
And nobody, you know what I mean? Because everybody's out there doing whatever. And it's just like, so I really wanted to kind of step into that and give that its fair due of like, man, this is tough.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then the second one, Find My Way, that almost feels like a kind of an intentional continuation to the first album.
Yeah. Find My Way it's kind of about, that one's recent. I mean, a lot of those songs were written in the last year and a half.
Yeah.
It's about finding hopefulness in just the darkness of our world sometimes. There's a lot of strife and things that go on that are just, it's really dark sometimes. And just finding joy and hopefulness in that situation, especially with the title track. That was like a super, super meaningful song. And then like to the beginning of it is like the opening track's called The Sun's Out. Yeah. And like for a while I couldn't write upbeat songs, not because I wasn't happy, but just like, I was like, I don't like, it just felt weird.
And it didn't click with you.
Yeah. I don't know. It just felt inauthentic. And like, that was one of the first that I wrote. And I was like, man, I like this song. And I almost felt like weird for liking it. You know what I mean? But then I was like, no, like that's all it needs to be. And like that song's literally just about the joy you feel when you're like, oh, the sun's out. Like right now the sun's not out. Yeah. And for that reason, I'm a little less joyful. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
But, too much snow on the ground.
Yeah. But just like things like that. And just like there's so much chaos, but just knowing, like I'm a pretty strong Christian, and just knowing and having this this affirming love of God is just like, that's a integral part of that EP. With Find My Way, with I Will Be Loved, if like all those lyrics are not like, I'm not using the Lord, and like I'm not saying God or saying Jesus, but those are like about my walk and just like finding my way in life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't really think it is kind of a continuation of that.
Kind of is. Yeah. No, I like it.
It's pretty cool.
Now, that was the first one was 2024.
2024.
The second one is 2025.
Yes, sir.
And you mentioned kind of like a little subtly that February of 26.
I mean, that's like, a couple weeks from now.
Yeah, that's next month.
Uh-huh.
Interesting. Is there any little tidbits of info you could give us about that? Possibly?
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think, man. This one these are some of my favorite songs I've ever written.
Yeah.
Definitely. Feels like the goal is to get better every time, of course. And it feels like I have in terms of songwriting and just everything. So we're recording it live.
Wow. Nice.
So most of it will be live tracked.
Nice.
Which is, tonight I'm playing acoustic, but I usually am full band.
Yeah.
Definitely an electric guitar player first.
Got it.
So these are just, I'm trying to think if I could, I haven't quite gotten to the theme or maybe there isn't one or it'll come out after it comes out. I'll kind of be like, oh, maybe there is. I'm going to be playing one of the songs on it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. No, nothing.
Fair enough. Don't want to give away too much.
I can't pull back
before the
curtain.
reveal comes out. Yeah. I am interested before we get to the song that you're playing for us today. You have mentioned a lot of with your journey. There's a lot of we in there, right? That you're working with a team. It's not just you. It's with a band. How did you find that team of people that you're working with, and how is that so integral to what you're able to do? Yeah,
I mean, for the reason I'm not a producer is the same as this. Is just I love collaboration. I love working with people, and I've got most of the guys that I met went to Lipscomb.
Okay, there you go.
And they were just like, I've got a good pal, Landon, that's been playing with me for 3 years now, which is like almost as long as I've been doing it.
Yeah.
I've got a good friend, Alex Fincher, who produces. He produced the last 2 EPs and he'll produce the next one. And these are just like some of my best friends, which makes it a lot easier to make music with as opposed to a random hired studio guy who you're like, I don't know you,
right.
You know? So, and they just happen to be incredibly talented. So that was, an awesome thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, just finding this crew, like, I don't know. It just all kind of, I mean, I've definitely like had my run-ins. Like I'm a pretty stickler in terms of like my band. Like I've gone through like 4 drummers.
Wow. Yeah.
Because I was just like, it's not clicking, but I got a guy who just like, I found a group that I'm like, they're good players. They have good hearts. And it's just like, it's fun to do music with them. Yeah. And a lot of times that's doing life with them because it's like, we played some shows last year. We played at like Greenville University. We played at a couple different universities that were like 7-hour drives.
Man.
And so like you learn a lot about these people and you're like living with them, you know? And the music is only played for 50 minutes for an hour, whatever it is, maybe even less. Sometimes it's 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you have like, 15 hours of just talking.
Yeah.
And I just found some great guys. And I hope to keep them around. They're awesome.
Yeah, that chemistry is really important.
Yeah.
I'm able to build that teamwork with you guys.
But I wouldn't be here without you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I definitely love like my songs and those things are incredible and dear to me, but I wouldn't be where I'm at without the collaboration and the help of these guys just pouring into musically and pouring into my life and
Yeah,
So.
no, absolutely.
Yeah.
If you were talking to someone that wants to kind of take that path, that jump that you did to try to actually start making music and taking that passion, putting it towards something even more concrete, right? Starting building a career out of it, but maybe they're not sure how to take that plunge yet, right? What would you tell them?
Man. Yeah, it's really tough. I would just start.
It's a tough question. You can take a second to think about it. Yeah.
Because I don't want to just be like, well, just do it.
Right.
But part of me is like, there is so much truth to that. I would say 2 things that are super important is just be okay with failing, and failing looks like a lot of different places. It doesn't mean like you bomb a show. Failing could look like you write 50 songs and none of them are that good. Failing could look like you play for a room that has 3 people. Failing could look like you're comparing your like. There's a lot of bumps and a lot of self-doubt in this career, unfortunately. But I would just say, like, just go for it, because it's not a career that allows for you, just like anything in the art world. And I'm sure lots of other careers, I just am not as much in that world. But like, if you don't go for it with your heart, mind, soul, body, like, it's not going to be authentic to you, and people will feel that. Like when they listen to your song, they'll be like, I don't know if this is what he means. Like a lot of times people will talk about believing an artist. Like if they hear a song, do I believe that? Do I believe that they're really feeling that?
Yeah.
And so just like, I would say to a person that's like, I don't know if I want to take the risk, is like, if you're unsure about it, maybe, give it some more time and thought. But like, if you kind of always have this looming thought of like, I should just go for it. I really want to just go. Then just go for it. Yeah. Like it's going to look different for you versus your friend that you guys start at the same point. Maybe in 3 months, they're way ahead of you or you're way ahead of them. Yeah. And just keep going. Just make good art and just be inspired by other people in different forms of art. But yeah, honestly, there's nothing better than to just go for it and just be okay with failing. Yeah. Write bad songs, not all the time, but be okay with writing bad songs. Just have fun. Like another huge thing is like, I talked about it earlier, but everybody's idea of success is different. Sure. Yeah. And you don't have to be, social media is such a horrible thing with this. You don't have to be this global, like, artist or like, you don't have to have millions of streams. You can make great art that's impactful and that's meaningful to you for like 500 people. And that's just as valuable as Justin Bieber. You know what I mean? Right. And like a lot of people don't want to believe that even about their own art, but like, I am here to affirm you that like, that's the case. And I love some of my favorite music is my friends' music. And not because I have a lot of friends that I don't like their music. It's not because they're my friends. It's like, but this music is beautiful and it has value. So just create, just throw paint at the wall, see what happens. And if you end up loving it so much that you keep doing it, then that's probably your goal or your thing to do. If you keep making it and you're like, I don't know, then maybe try something else. That's cool too. But you'll never know if you don't just go for it. Just jump and just go. Just go for it.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, powerful stuff. Powerful stuff, man. Now, before we let you go, I didn't even know that this was going to be unreleased as of yet, but I believe you've got a performance, a little song for us. Tell us a little bit about that.
This song is called Blind Spot.
Ooh, okay.
It is about kind of a relationship that's like, you don't, it's a good thing. It's not like a heartbreak thing.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
This person kind of snuck in and you don't really know how they got there. Cause like you weren't looking for a relationship, which is when I think a lot of the relationships happen. And they just kind of came into your life and now they're like your person. And it's called Blind Spot.
Okay. Well, Ian MacGinnis live in the station, unreleased Blind Spot.
Here it is. Snuck right in. I didn't even see you. You went and took everything. It's overwhelming how plain I see it now. 'Cause no matter how hard I tried, how thick those walls I had were inside, you knew the blind spot. You knew the blind spot on me. Yeah. Now I can't explain. Life is so much better since you came.
I just wanna know how you knew which way to go. 'Cause no matter how hard I tried, how thick those walls I had were inside, you knew the blind spot. You knew the blind spot on me, yeah. No matter how hard I tried, not let anybody in. I wasn't inviting, but here we are again. Oh. No matter how hard I tried, how thick those walls I had were inside, you knew the blind spot. You knew the blind spot on me, yeah. Do-do-do.
Well, there we go.
There it is.
Well done.
Thank you.
Ian MacGinnis, The Blind Spot. Hey, that was a vibe, man. I love it.
Thanks,
That was
man.
great. Thank you so much for coming in and
Thank
bringing
you.
that to the station.
I appreciate you, man.
Of course.
This has
man.
been awesome.
Yeah, no, we're very happy to have you. You've been amazing to interview. The music is great. Thank you so
thanks,
much, man.
And come to what's it called? The Copy?
Yeah, Jumping Bean.
The Jumping Bean.
There we go.
Tonight at 7.
All right, there we
7.
go. 7 o'clock. You can see
Jumping Bean.
You can hear Ian live right outside the Jumping Bean, the natural born but also secret hidden talent of the guitar, straight from Massachusetts and Nashville, live tonight. Ian, thank you so much for coming on,
Thank you,
man. It's
guys.
been a pleasure having you.
Appreciate you.
Be sure to tune in more to WTUR and The Source for more artist interviews in the future. But for tonight, I'm Caleb Heffron along with Ian MacGinnis. Follow him on Instagram, YouTube, and Spotify. And tune in for that new EP dropping in February. We'll see you guys next time. Have a wonderful time. Thanks so much, Ian.
Thank you.